Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
I feel like the way that I would show my love to myself is if I could buy one of those metal desk chair combos that I had in middle school, so I could really give myself a good crack.
You know what's funny about that statement that you just said?
Yeah.
We've done this podcast for so long that you have had the exact same fucking pipe dream of having a metal school desk.
I need it!
Multiple times over the course of this podcast.
It's just how I feel. Is that wrong?
No, listen, you should chase your truth and your bliss.
One of these days I'm gonna find it at a thrift store and I'm gonna have the best adjusted back ever.
Yeah, fuck new furniture and refurnishing and everything. Just get a bunch of school. Just get a bunch of
my middle school desk. You can crack your back on it anytime that you'd like.
Yeah, and honestly, a public service, I think.
It'll provide you a great back adjustment as well as some good body dysmorphia.
Yes.
Welcome to my home.
Hey.
Make yourself comfortable. But for real though, I stand by that. I don't listen to any of our episodes from the past because that's not who I am anymore.
Right.
I don't know her, but I do agree with that statement.
Yeah,
so.
Listen, we love a consistent queen, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. Anyways, folks, adjust yourselves and your mindsets.
Ooh.
And welcome to Into the Fire.
Open your mind's eye, you know?
Open your third eye. We are recording on a fucking eclipse, so...
Oh, true. We got some energy today.
Yeah, and also we're starting a new book that's literally called Blood Promise. So
right, so there's a lot of layers going on.
Welcome to our episode's guest, Megan Fox and Machine Gun.
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah, in the space, spiritually, probably.
Yeah, they're finally going to tell us what the promise is of their blood. So stay tuned.
Yeah, who's to say? How are you?
I'm vibing. You know, the world's on fire, but still, I'm persisting.
I'm persisting. Yeah.
Which feels like a more common response to that question every week. But, you know, it's fine. We're here. I do have a boo-boo update for you. A boo-boo Stewart update.
No, I thought just tell me about your bruises.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All of my cuts.
This is a bruise update. Please tell me about Boo Boo Stewart.
As what we've talked about a few weeks ago, had been watching Good Trouble, the ABC Freeform whatever show.
Yes.
And we are finally caught up. So now we're at the point where it's weekly for this new season.
Holy shit.
Thank you. We're very impressive at watching TV. But this most recent season is where our good friend, Boo Boo Stewart, is a little featured character. And I had no idea who he was going to be, what his role was. But he is here and I'm delighted to tell you what his vibe is. Boo Boo is... very cute. It's very hard to watch because he's oh, you're baby. And he's not baby. He's a full adult man.
When you sent me that photo, I honestly almost shit my pants. In my mind's eye, he always looks like Breaking Dawn Boo Boo.
Right.
Which is, he's baby.
Right. So I'm Seth, my boy, my baby boy.
He's not baby. He's a man.
He's a man. And I had to do a little double take. Because I was I know he's coming. I know he's going to be here. Is that him? Because I'm there's not a lot of indigenous people on this program, to be fair. So I'm it's probably, yes. And I was that's totally him. That's totally Boo Boo.
See, this is fucked up because I feel Freeform, honestly, I feel every show, just streaming service should steal, they should come together and they should steal what Amazon does, which is when you click up, it tells you who's on screen.
Oh my god, it's so helpful.
If all of them do it, what can Amazon do? You know what I mean?
Right, seriously. The amount of times I spent hastily IMDbing people be oh, it was that person in that thing from that play. awful. Terrible.
You know, Amazon Prime Video had one person with ADHD.
Right.
And the fact that it's probably like proprietary software really pisses me off.
Yeah. So Boo Boo starts this off by being like an unhoused person.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, and there's like this new other guy in the little shared living community that the original crew that the Good Trouble's based in, he like is also a journalist or whatever. And he's like talking to Boo Boo and being like, let me tell you your story, whatever kind of vibe. And he kind of just like goes away for a little bit. He like kind of crashes at his couch.
Yeah.
And then one of the members of the coterie notices him there and he's dancing. Hello? Boo Boo dancing. Get this.
On the couch?
No, not on the couch.
Just,
He's like, he
okay.
goes out in like the middle of the night when he thinks no one is there and this girl who sees him, she's like, we gotta find, and he like notices that like she's looking at him and that he's
a star. We know a Fox show we could put him on if it wasn't canceled.
yeah, rip the big leap. But he's like, oh man, I got and like they know I'm like crashing here, I should leave, and he just like dips and he's like, you're never gonna see me again. Get out of here.
No, Boo Boo.
I know. And we're like, no, Boo Boo. But then the girl who saw him is like, I am doing this like burlesque show, and this guy's actually very good at dancing. So I gotta like find him where he's living, wherever that may be, and bring him. And she does that.
Operation Find Boo Boo.
And the dancing that Boo Boo does in this is incredible. He like does full like Magic Mike flips and stunts and like sexy, because it's burlesque, so they're all doing like little sexy moves or whatever, and they're like, we need a new star or whatever, and she's like, hey, what about Boo Boo? And he's like, I'm here. And then he just becomes like the main thing of this production and does cute little dances. So that's what Boo Boo's up to. He's very sweet, he's very good, he's got good moves.
Holy shit, Boo Boo. Boo Boo's got moves.
He's a dancing king. We love to see it. Little burlesque king.
God.
We love to see it. And he's just got like the full long hair and he's just like vibing.
Now I'm invested. Not enough to watch it, but enough to hear your recap.
No, I will recap it for you. I don't want you to watch 4 seasons just for a few episodes of Boo Boo, but I will do that for you, you know?
Okay.
That's
great.
my purpose.
I love that.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I've been watching as Seattle repaints the Space Needle.
Ooh, exciting.
They're repainting the Space Needle back to its OG color that it was during the World's Fair.
Okay.
And it's called Galaxy Gold. But can I just be the first to tell you all, this color is not gold. It's fucking orange.
Oh, no.
I've been watching over the last week because it's right outside my fucking office.
Right.
While they paint the tip of this Space Needle. This shit's orange. My happy thing to distract from fake colors is the new season of Selling Sunset came out.
Yes.
This is the only thing that I care about in my life. It is so bad.
Yeah. Full stop. No further sentence needed.
And I say that in a way, in like a loving way.
Sure.
Because I need
It's my
trash
emotional
TV.
Support trash.
Exactly. Because as we've talked about with Selling Sunset before, it's filmed really well. So it's very easy for me to consume. I watched, I think, all of it in a day because I just left it on. Mm-hmm. The music this season, so bad.
Yeah. Somehow worse. Because it's always been
worse than it's ever
bad.
been.
But it's... the girl boss anthems are plenty.
Are like algorithmically generated somehow. But it was exactly what I needed. I desperately always want more of the hills or more of Laguna Beach. And I know that that's impossible, but Selling Sunset kind of scratches that itch for me.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to watch the cast of Selling Sunset just be bad actors.
Yes.
So it's a constant light of my life to see them just be really annoying people.
Yes.
And I love that so goddamn much.
Just the mess of it all, the drama,
Mm-hmm.
everyone just being the worst possible human being.
Yeah, except for Maya.
Except for Maya.
Maya.
Maya innocent.
Maya's probably the only good person there.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
But I think that just watching that show and watching them try to have conversations on the phone, and they're not, because they're just have their iPhones open.
Right.
There's just a shot specifically of one of the dogs like wiping their ass on the carpet in the office. Adults giving each other promise rings. Like, it's just so bad, and I love it so much.
That moment was, everything about the show is bizarre, right? But I will watch all of it, correct?
Of course, yeah.
But that moment sent me over the edge because this poor girl is like, I never see my boyfriend. He's always in Europe for work. Like, we're not going to be together.
For whatever he does.
Who knows? Like, we're never going to be together, like, whatever. And we've been together for a year, and we're thinking about marriage, which is already like, what is happening? What's going on here?
Right, yeah.
And then he shows up to her office to have like a very personal conversation about what their future looks like in front of all of their coworkers in the middle of the hallway.
They don't even go outside.
And then just pulls out a ring box. And everyone...
But doesn't get down on a knee.
No.
Just
crucially is just standing there. And meanwhile, everyone behind them, because again, there are like 7 women in the office that are just staring at them, crouching. Looking at what's going on.
And it's an open office, so what are they gonna do?
Right. There's nowhere else to look, you know? And this homeboy just like pulls out a promise ring.
And does the whole spiel of like, I love you, I want to be with you forever. Right. And she's like, I'm shaking and crying and throwing up. But it's literally just a promise
ring. Just a promise.
And like the product placements are they talked about Oreos so many times.
So much Oreo discussion here.
It's so weird, but I love it so much.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for this show.
Yeah. Bless this mess, you know?
Truly. Anyways, if you need trash, it's highly recommended.
Absolutely.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
We just have an amuse-bouche of current events this week. Could you update us on the Batman, please?
Yes, absolutely. We have tweeted about it. We have also obviously talked about The Batman last week, and talking about like, ooh, what does the sequel look like? What is all these things? Whatever.
Matt just needed us to talk about the show,
right?
First,
because Matt was being a little tepid before we weighed in on what this franchise would look like, right? So thank God we finally stepped in and did our duty here. And Matt was like, "Bet, okay, so we got Robert Pattinson back on for next movie. Let's go."
Thank God. I mean, who's to say, with Robert and his wish-washy self.
Right.
Seeing as he's getting into some NFT fuckery. Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. We don't know.
We don't know.
It is Robert.
Right. Famously lying.
Famously a liar. But yes, I am very glad that we know in the upcoming sequel that Rob will be in that big ass suit again.
Yeah, though we don't know if Zoe Kravitz will be back. I don't think that has been confirmed as of yet.
I have not seen it either.
It's also too, they're doing like a show with like Colin Farrell as the Penguin, if I'm not mistaken.
God damn it.
I think. But yeah, at least for the movie is concerned. I don't know who are our friends, who are Batman friends coming into this film.
That's annoying, but okay, sure. We will have to see then.
Hell yeah.
I don't know that this is news per se, so much as it just made me laugh.
Sure.
And so I wanted to share it with you. But this was posted. It's on the Journal Inquirer. And it is an announcement from the third quarter honor roll at East Catholic High School in Manchester. And I wanted to share this with you. Specifically, the 12th graders who got honors with distinction.
Okay.
Do you have this open?
I do. I'm looking.
Okay. Do you notice a name on that list that stands out to you?
Bella Swan.
So, I just wanted to give some big ups to Bella Swan, who's a 12th grader.
Getting her honors with distinction.
Getting her honors with distinction at East Catholic High School for third quarter.
Also, can we also acknowledge, too, that 2 other names on this list are John and Catherine Green?
I can. I can. We can talk about that, yeah.
What is happening?
what that tells me is that it is the year of our Lord right now, 2020.
Sure.
Theoretically, this is an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
So what I understand by math there is that Bella Swan was born in 2004.
Sure, yeah.
So that's gotta be, that's a Twilight reference.
That has to be.
It would be fucking wild if it wasn't. You're killing the game. So, like, good job.
Yeah. Will Stephenie Meyer pay for her college? Is the real question.
Bella Swan, if you do not send a letter to Stephenie Meyer, I think you're missing out on a massive opportunity to get some free money.
Also, like, what are the odds that this Bella Swan was born before the first Twilight book came out? Because wasn't that 2005? Is she the proto Bella Swan?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, she was born in if my math is correct here, she was born in 2004.
Right. That
Twilight itself was published in October of 2005.
So
was she? I would sue her. I would sue Stephenie.
Yeah, get what's yours, girl. Like, get all your money.
I'm so glad that you brought that up. Listen, you're about to be 18. Get it all.
Yeah, get every last penny from Stephenie Meyer. From using your name and likeness.
Money off my yeah, you're using my name and my likeness and my intelligence. So, you need to figure it out with my people.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. Stephenie Meyer gets sued by the real Bella Swan. The first Bella Swan.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great. Good luck to you.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
And that's tough to do. So, good job. We have an email here from one of our listeners, from Danny.
Hell yeah.
With the email was titled "Vampire Tulips Conspiracy" with 3 question marks.
Okay.
It says, "Hey fam, long time no email. I spent some time this past week in our glorious Pacific Northwest visiting some family. While there, we went to a tulip farm where there were tons of different breeds of tulips. I found one small patch amid the thousands of flowers that were labeled as vampire, and they have suspiciously similar colors to the flowers on the cover of New Moon. Did someone in the PNW wish to honor the OG PNW vamps in the form of tulips by creating a whole new breed of the flowers? Do these flowers drink the life out of other flowers in the field at night? Probably not, but there are too many signs here to just be a coincidence. Hope you're doing well. Best, Danny."
Oh my gosh.
And included a photo of said vampire tulips.
It really just does say vampire on the logo.
With like a star, like a sparkly star. And I will say, Danny, you are correct. It has the same coloring as New Moon.
Right, it is.
So it's not just in your
very
head.
similar, yeah.
God, every time I look at tulips, I forget how yonic they are. You know what I mean?
They are quite yonic, yeah.
Danny, I don't think that this is in your head. I think that, I think you're on to something.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but something. Also, is that a tooth on the ground?
Right, yeah, what? Yeah, enhance. What is this image?
What is that? Is that a piece of packing popcorn?
Right.
Is that a tooth? What is that? Did a vampire lose a tooth?
It's more clues. We gotta blow this thing wide open.
So, Danny, you need to go back. I think that you were actually in an escape room. Hey, so this 4th book.
Yeah.
Published in 2009.
Yep.
Just right in the midst of that recession, you know?
And
really...
Ferrero Rocher was like, I know something that will heal this nation.
Sadness.
I have
Heartbreak.
I know we're all going through it right now. What if we all go through it together?
Adventure.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Did you say that you read these like when they came out?
I think I did for like the later ones. So probably in this era, yes. I think maybe the first one or two, they had already been out. But like by the time I read them. There were ones I was now on the book to book thing, which was great because every book came out within like 2 books a year, basically, because Forever
Right,
Cher is a
exactly.
mad woman. So it really didn't feel
when
like
you were getting to this point, did you just skip the prologue?
me currently.
It's all just
or
like no,
okay.
you in the past.
Me in the past?
2009 you.
Probably not. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I would always read a prologue and an epilogue, regardless of if I just read this whole thing. But I don't remember off the top of my head.
I get it.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
I feel like I choose to believe that Farrow was told to make these prologues by gunpoint of like,
Yes.
you have to do it.
Right.
If someone just grabs your book,
Right.
they're not going to know anything about the
Hi,
series,
my name's
even though-
Rose Hathaway. I'm a vampire hunter, and here's what happened last week to me.
In my ideal world, Farrow would say, like, the prologue would be, this is the 4th book out of 6.
Yeah,
Go open the first one.
You can't just skip. You can't. You're missing out on a lot.
But her editors were probably like, you can't do that. You should probably write something here.
Yeah. So we get like a
So-
little TLDR. Well, here's what you missed on Glee, which we already know. We know. She's gonna go
Right, exactly.
go and find Dimitri and kill him because he's Sister Goy, and she's gonna leave Lissa behind for a hot minute. She dropped out of school, and she's just gonna make her own way. The only new really thing about this prologue is that she's in St. Petersburg, which is fun.
And immediately when I when I read that part, like the fucking soundtrack from Anastasia
Yes.
started playing in my head, and I was like, let's go.
Yes.
Like, I'm ready.
These are the vibes that this book is setting us
Because-
up with, which I love.
And that's the annoying thing about this prologue is, like, prologues, usually, this is how Ferrero has set these up, don't tell us any new information.
Right.
This one drops critical information and says, Mason told me some hot goss
Right.
that Dimitri went to Siberia.
Right.
And it's like, when did
Yeah,
he
it's
do
like, hey,
that? Because
sorry.
the last time that we saw Dimitri, or the last time that we saw Mason before he drifted off
Yeah.
out of to like go to wherever
Yeah.
you go when you die, he just pointed you onto the road. So when did that happen?
Right. Also, from what we had seen, Mason unable to speak because he was a ghost.
Yeah, he spoke once.
Right. He spoke
was a
once,
ghost.
very
So what-
tepidly, and was mostly nodding.
Did he draw it in the ground?
Right.
What happened?
He just draws a map of Siberia. And Rose is like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea what this means.
And doesn't even like label it Siberia. He just draws a map of it, which would be incredibly fucked up to do, Mason.
Yeah, Mason's like, well, maybe if
More
you
difficult.
played a lot more GeoGuessr, maybe you would have gotten it. So that's not my bad, okay? That's on you for not being geographically knowledgeable, okay?
Yeah. And also this prologue is super angsty. It's like, because it starts off with this line from a poem and it's like, if your eyes are closed, you don't know if you're dreaming or dead. And she's like, yeah, my life's kind of fucked up right now. So
I kind of have a sick and twisted mind right now, all right? Strap in, okay? I'm freshly 18 and I'm full of problems.
and like she is.
Yes, correct.
That's not incorrect.
incorrect.
It's just a really wild way to start this book to be like, you don't want to even be in my mind right now, but you are, so fucking buckle up. God, she would have been awful to sit next to on a plane.
Oh my god. Let me tell you about the day I've had, okay?
God. Just a fucking broken spine of a really sad, angsty novel.
Yeah.
Just a Zune, just struggling.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we start on chapter 1. Where are we?
We are in the bustling streets of St. Petersburg, baby. And Rose
Absolutely.
literally first jump is like, I'm being followed, which not
Great, good start.
not a great place to be. And
She's alone. No one knows where she is.
Nobody knows who she is. She has really no idea where she is, doesn't really speak Russian at all. And it's just
I don't know when she got her passport.
right. She's just vibing. Yeah, maybe some of Adrian's fucking hush money or whatever was able to pull a few strings, maybe. And she's like, okay, that's
She
concerning.
vaccinated. Who's to
Right,
say?
who knows? Yeah, does she have all of her shots? We don't know, okay? We don't know. And
She is just raw dogging life right
yeah,
now.
exactly. And obviously, because she's not like super nauseous, realizes that she's not being followed by like a strigoi or something, and just like kind of assumes it's Hampier, and she's like, okay, like that's not great, but you know, I'm laying low.
Annoying,
It's
but
annoying, but
okay.
it's fine, okay? You see the set of the Nightingale, which is this like aristocratic, fancy Moroi nightclub place, which apparently has really shitty food because Rose is always like, I have to just eat caviar here and then go to town on McDonald's later because this shit sucks and it's all they have.
Rose is like really dunking on Russian food.
She goes pretty hard throughout this whole thing. And she's like, there's like elaborate chandeliers, there's fancy people. You know, this is the place that I would go if I'm trying to get some information from Moroi or something.
Sure.
That's like the place to be. And she does need information because she has no fucking clue where Dimitri's hometown is in Siberia, or where he would be and she would get there. Anything. Has no idea.
Yeah, I feel like I am assuming that Mason told Rose about Siberia prior to her leaving the country.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was pretty wild that Rose wasn't like, hey, Adrian, while I'm asking you all of these favors, because that's like what we saw at the end of the last
Right.
book, that she wasn't like, who are your contacts in Russia?
Right? Do you have anyone?
Because she was already having to kind of like flirt with him to get money and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's, I mean, I understand why from an author's perspective she's doing this, but like, I feel like it's wild that Rose wouldn't be like, I need to know who your contacts are here to make this more efficient.
Right. Because now she's just faffing around. You know, just trying
Yeah,
to...
she's just hoping she'll run into someone.
Right.
Which is wild.
And puts her in, like, dangerous positions, right? Because she's just, like,
Absolutely.
alone. And, you know, she's making a whole point of, like, you know, if people are looking for her, right? And if she's, like, the main character of St. Vladimir's that just dropped out and left and went to fucking Russia, you know, could put her in some fucky situations, you know?
Right, and if it's Janine, like if Janine has found
Right.
out, I feel like that would be, I mean, we don't really know if Janine would be like, you know what, fuck
Yeah,
it.
or would
and
care.
dropped out.
Yeah, right.
Or if she would care and be like, I'm going to tell all of my contacts across the world, here's what my daughter looks like. If you see her, drag her ass back to me.
Yeah.
Because either one is completely plausible.
Yes, absolutely. She also sees someone that looks like Lissa, which broke my heart a little bit. Just like some blonde woman, and she was like, oh, damn it, I miss my girl.
Especially because she was like, I don't even know if I would want her here
Right.
with me right
Yeah.
now.
She's got to go her own way, you know?
Yeah. It's very interesting though, because she does finally see some people come in.
Yeah, she finally gets like
That
seeing groups like regulars like Moroi and their guardians, and they're all like pretty, you know, close together and stuff. But she notices these like two Moroi guys showing up pretty regularly late at night, you know, where the party happens, you know, wearing fancy little suits, doing fancy little things, and they have their babes with them, whatever. And she notices that, like, yeah, there's, like, always women with these dudes. Like, they always have their babes in hand, you know? And, like, they never go home alone. And there's, like, you know, Hampier women kind of come up in it. And there's, like, a bunch of different, like, the ladies are out. They're coming. It's their night to party, right?
right.
And she keeps being, like, looking over from the bar, or from her little table. And it's like, I want one of these fucking dudes to just be alone for a second. Or, you know, just to talk. I just gotta talk, okay? But they're never really unattended. And she's like, okay, well, maybe then I can, like, go up to all of them and pitch my case.
Yeah.
Which, bad choice.
Bad choice.
Bad idea.
Didn't work at all.
Bad idea. But she doesn't even get to do that because one of the ladies goes up and to the bar, and she's like, oh, what if I just talk to...
Perfect, this is my chance.
What if I just talk to a woman? Great. Be great. Don't even have to worry about any of that shit. And so she goes up, and immediately this woman is like, don't. No. Like, she's being like, oh, do you speak English? And she's like, yeah, okay, what do you want? She's like, I need to know about this place. Like, do you have any information? There's a bunch of vampires there in Siberia. Do you have any tea? And she's just like, don't do it. Let it go. You never saw me. You never spoke
Whatever
to
you're
me.
thinking, stop it.
Just don't fucking do it. And Rose kind of like loses her cool a little bit, probably because she's been out doing these late nights every night in a row for the past, who knows how long. And it just finally has a chance, an in, and it just like breaks down. It's just like, please, no, please. This is important. There's a man. I need this. Can you just help me?
Which was the wrong answer, because this Hampier woman is like, you're doing this for a man?
Yeah, she's like, fuck that.
You're too young.
Yeah, no.
Go do something else with your life. Because I think that the Hampier woman thinks that Rose wants to, like, work there and isn't trying to find someone.
Right.
And Rose is like, no, fuck.
No.
Like, I'm trying to find someone who's there. And, like, you obviously know what I'm referring to. Tell me everything.
Right.
And so she's causing a scene.
Yeah. And then this dude comes up, this guardian dude, and he's like, do we have a fucking problem here? And she's like, okay, what if I just turn on the flirt charm? My legs look great in this dress. I'm looking to party. How about I just, sell myself here, right? And they're just like,
yeah, I need info.
Yeah. And they're like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Bye. She's like, so close, but no cigar. Like, maybe you're,
I'm glad she decides to leave, though, before they make her leave.
Right, yeah. And she's like, I thought I was going to get kicked out, but nope. I just was able to do my little walkout, my strut, and just act totally cool and professional.
Which is why I think that she assumed that the guardian she was talking to was the person that was following her.
Right. Yeah, and she's walking out, notices, can still hear the footsteps behind her, and she's like, motherfucker, I've had a day. I don't want whatever the fuck this is.
Like, long heels, I'm in a dress, I'm uncomfortable.
Right, like this.
I'm not getting information. Don't push me right now.
Yeah, just like, fuck off. And so she's like, you know what? I've had it. And like turns around and it's like fists up and it's like, listen, dude, I'm tired of this shit. Who the fuck are you? But it was not the dude from the club. It was a woman. A human woman. A human woman. Which makes Rose be like, huh? What the? Sorry?
Why are you following me?
Who the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Especially when the woman, I guess she calls her a girl.
Yeah.
But I think they're like the same age. They're both adults. And the girl is like, it's you. Like, she acts like she knows who Rose is, which confuses Rose even more.
Right. And she's like, you're the one who's been leaving all of those Dragoid bodies all over the city. And she's like, what?
Hello?
How do you know anything?
You're human.
This
what the
is
fuck?
you're doing this very casually. I don't know what's going on. And this girl is very funny, and she's like, you can't just do that, okay? Like, you're making my life really hard. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I gotta clean all of your shit up because you're killing all these Dragoi and you're not even disposing of them properly. Like, it's fucked up and
This
rude.
internship is like hard enough.
Right, like I'm already
as it
grinding
is.
out here. Like I'm not even being paid really to just do all this work for the whole city. And you're just like making my job really hard. Can you just help me out here? And Rose is like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying? It's like, yeah, who the fuck are you? Her name is Sydney. And she's
an alchemist. Obviously.
Duh. And Rose is like, what? And Sydney's like, this is a prank? Like, am I being pranked by my internship? Like, what the fuck? What do you mean, what? Like, we should...
What do you mean you don't know who I am?
Like, what's going on? But before they can get really any info, fucking Rose gets her spidey sense. And we got a Strigoi coming for us.
And it's very clear that, like, Sydney knows some stuff.
Right.
But does not know how to, like, watch out for Strigoi.
Yeah.
Because when this chapter starts, Sydney's like, whoa.
Yeah, hey,
like,
whoa.
Has very clearly, like, never seen a Strigoi before.
Right.
Because naturally Rose is able to, like, take down the Strigoi very quickly.
Right. Yeah, so...
And Sydney's like, what is that? What?
Whoa.
Oh, I've never seen one of them, like, killed before.
Yeah, which is like... Rose, like, hello? But we have...
It's like breaking her brain.
Right, because it's
she
like,
doesn't
this is a
understand,
whole
like,
new thing, like, a whole new relationship with something that, like, a human especially, that has, like, a bunch of knowledge about those things that she's been kept secret with the whole time. Like,
right.
It's like her brain is short-circuiting, post the endorphins of killing the Strigoi in front of her and being like, hell yeah, that's what's up. But, like, she's just like, what is happening here? Can we talk? Like,
yeah.
And also, it's very funny because they're like, okay, let's go and, like, get food or whatever. But before that, Rose is like,
you can't just leave this dead
Sydney
body
is like,
here.
you're gonna leave this guy again? And Rose is like, what do you want me to do? This dude is huge. I
What do
can't
you
just
want from me?
bring him to my home and dispose of him. Like, I can just put him by the dumpster or something if that'll make you happy.
Right.
But I'm not gonna, like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And Sydney's like, ugh, fine. You're still playing dumb kind of vibe. And just does this little, like, magical thing where, like, sprinkles...
She grabs, like, a fucking, what looks like a health shot out of her...
Yeah, sprinkles some, like,
badge.
some fancy dust over. It will get some droplets on there or whatever. And immediately this, like, Strigoi just, like, gets encased like a cocoon and just shrinks into this, like, tiny little ball. And Rose is like, huh? What? What the hell were you doing? What?
Yeah, it's got to be like lie, but magic or something, because it's just like dust. It just, like, turns into dust.
Right. And Sydney's like, you still don't know, like, what? I thought they told you all this, in school, like, when you graduate, like, that what I do, what we're all in this, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And Rose's like, oh, funny story about that, though. I did not do that. I am a dropout, so I missed out, I think, on a few things. So.
Yeah. And Sydney's like, Rose is just as confused as Sydney is.
Right.
Because Sydney's like, I don't understand, like, you just took down one of those things and you didn't graduate?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Like, what the...
So, like, okay.
Clearly
fine.
we need to talk.
Is there a place that we can go and, like, get some food because I'm starving and we can just, like, figure out what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
So finally, Rose is able to eat what she considers to be real food.
Yeah, she gets really horny for this fried chicken. It's just like, fucking thank God.
This Russian place has, like, American food and Russian food here. Even though Sydney, who apparently can speak full Russian, orders a cheeseburger. What the fuck?
So, yeah, again, Ferrochet not doing a lot of justice for Russian cuisine.
I mean, I'm sure that there are Russian people who also eat cheeseburgers.
Sure, yeah.
But it's just like, okay.
Right.
I mean, we do find out, like, Sydney's also from
Utah.
US,
Yeah, right.
So, like, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So, this conversation... It's just like Rose, like, they're silent for quite a bit of time. I guess they're waiting for the other one to speak first, kind of vibe. And Rose is like, so are you gonna fucking tell me what the hell is going on? Like, who the fuck you are? And Sydney's like, I told you I'm an alchemist. And Rose, very funny comeback out of context, is like, I don't know what that is. Is that some Russian word? Which,
oh my God,
incredible, just chef's kiss. And they basically go through the lore of alchemy, Middle Ages, spinning shit into gold, all these things.
Yep.
And apparently, alchemists who were humans sort of did deals with vampires to, like, sort of...
clean up their messes.
To clean up the messes and sort of keep... mostly with the presumption of keeping humans safe. in general,
Yes.
right? But also having a co-working relationship of cleaning up all that stuff.
Yeah. And it also sounds like the alchemists are also like generational, similarly to guardians. Because when Sydney shows her like golden tattoo that's made from Moroi blood, it feels very clear that like this is not just like a working relationship, but it's like an agreement.
Yeah, it's like passed down. Yeah, it's like old school.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, from treaties. Shit. You know, it's like way.
I bet
back.
that tattoo looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, the way it's described, it's like just like a gold shimmery little tattoo on your face. It's like that seems sick, like, or like on her neck or whatever. I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But it was cool.
I don't know why I assumed it was on her arm. But
it might be her arm. I think I just skipped.
She just says like she touched the tattoo.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think that it...
Well, it's very sick.
Oh, her lower left cheek.
Oh, yeah.
So
fuck yeah. Okay.
It is on her face. What the fuck? That feels like a really... Maybe it's small. Then.
Yeah, I think it's probably super small. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why. I just assumed it was on her arm or somewhere she could conceal it.
Yeah, she's like, hello, ding. Just got a cool face tat. Yeah. And Sydney is a very interesting character because you can tell she has like a lot of reservations about just even talking with Rose in general. And
she reminds me of Lissa's cousin, but like before she became a bitch. Yeah. Like, what was her name?
Natalie, yeah.
Where it's like she reminds me, she's like very by the book, like nerd.
Right.
Because the way that she describes, it's like very binary, I guess, is the way that she describes stuff. Because she says like, part of the lore is that alchemists don't interact.
Right.
Like with Hampiers, they don't really interact with Moroi. Like, they just clean up the messes and then they have to, like, stay the fuck away from essentially everyone.
Yeah. And that freaks Rose's bean. It's like, how are we not aware of each other? Like, why are we, like, not together, like, working together in, like, a tangential way? Like, because, you know, noted, too, that, like, you know, humans can be, like, assets to Strigoi in the same way they can be assets to, Hampiers and Moroi and everything. Just being like,
right.
If they knew, you know, what was going on, maybe that would seem like better for like we'd have more people. It'd be like easier to do this, you know, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's like this whole compulsion aspect of it too that Sydney has where like it literally like stops her from talking about information, like sensitive information.
Which is so wild.
To other people, which is like nuts.
And apparently this is something, I guess, like after the field experience that like right before they graduate they learn about. That's like, oh, by the way,
we have a whole network.
You might run into someone. Yeah, you might run into someone who like knows about this, but like don't really interact with them. I guess. But what interests me so much is like, so Sydney's very by the book, and it's not just the alchemy that is like a generational thing that is like part of her family line, but it's also like a religious thing for her, because there's this thing, and I think that like Rose is just like struggling to comprehend all of this at one time, but Rose finally asks like, why do you want to stay away from us? Like, aside from the fact that that's like part of your job, like why do you do it? And Sydney's like, it's our duty, like, to God, to protect the rest of humanity from evil, she says, evil creatures of the night, and touches her collar where there's a cross there. And I think Rose initially is like, oh yeah, Strigoi, got it. We do that too. So I don't understand why you would want to stay away from us.
And she's like, no, you guys are bad too.
Yeah, and then it like sinks into Rose that she's like, wait are you talking about all of us? Like me? and to Roy too. What? And so this idea that apparently, I don't know if it's just Sydney or if it's like all alchemists are taught that like everyone is considered to be evil to them, right, that aren't humans. Like they're all is like wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are like, I guess, unnatural. If you're using natural meaning human, like if human is considered the baseline here. But it's just wild that it's like you are equating Hampiers and Moroi to be the same as like Strigoi.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting.
Right. And that's like the first time Rose has been like ever been called like, you know, unnatural, right?
Yeah.
Of like her life. Because she's like, that's what I was born into and this is my life. Like that's what I've always been told, this is what it is. And that's that we have a service.
In the same way that Sydney has.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it's just like...
And I think that this is definitely not where I expected this book to start. Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting because I think that Ferrero Rocher has been very, I think, overt in the way that, in how, like, the metaphors of Hampiers. And I feel like bringing in alchemists now as this, like, other subset is a twist that I was not anticipating.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm interested in this
from here.
Little relationship here.
Well, especially because Rose is like, okay, so you think I'm bad? Sure, fine, like, whatever.
Right.
But are you, like, connected? Like, what's your contact list?
Right, like, do you...
You said you're here on an internship, so who do you know?
Do you got people in Siberia? Like, what's
right, exactly.
the vibe? And she's like, well, also very funny for a moment, she, like, goes to the bathroom. And Rose is like, oh, do you think she'll hate it if I eat her fries? I'm kind of really craving.
Oh, yeah, because Sydney's, like, not eating.
No.
She took, like, 2 bites of her burger, but then was just, like, holding her fries and just letting them get cold. And Rose is like, what the fuck? This is a waste of
right.
food.
Like, come on. I'm starving here. And so she's like, I'm just going to take a couple when she's in the bathroom. And I don't think she's going to notice. And she comes back, first thing she says, did you take some of my fries? She's like, God damn it. Like, there were so many. She's like, no, I'm not evil. I'm not an evil vampire. Please stop. I'm good, I swear. Please trust me and help me figure out where Dimitri is. Although I won't tell you. That's who I'm looking for. But
and apparently she does know that town
yes.
that Rose is looking for. But she's not going to tell Rose where it is.
She's gonna take her herself. Bum, bum.
These two are hilarious.
So funny. The road trip that is about to happen, incredible.
Is going to be interesting to say the least. But I'm here. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So we've got chapters 3 and 4 next. And I'm hooked. I'm in it.
Yeah, let's go.
So we will see. We got some great patrons here.
Hell yeah.
Would you like to start us
Absolutely. Thank you to Katie Black.
off? Ooh. Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Ooh. Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Ah. Ooh. Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Ooh. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Ooh. Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
O'Shea. Thank you to Clara Belikov.
Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to Hannah Dragomir.
Thank you to Hope Castile.
Ooh. Thank you to Rachel Ashford.
Ooh. Thank you to Abby Ivashkov.
Ooh. Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow.
Thank you to Samara Rinaldi.
Ooh. Thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh. Ah.
Ooh.
Thank you to my mom, your mom, all of our moms, Kelly Beck.
Ooh. Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Thank you to Lara 40.
Ooh. Thank you to Dan Zeklis.
Thank you to Maria Swan.
Ooh. Thank you to India Beach.
And last but not least, thank you to Emily Ozera.
Ooh. I have another fan fiction that was sent in by India Beach.
Ooh, India Peach coming with so many fan fictions. Let's go.
This is by the author Maras. It's M and then it's Errors. So, who's to say? This is titled Bats in the Attic. And this is a Bruce Wayne / Ed Nashton fanfiction.
Ooh.
The summary is a not-so-slow burn of the Riddler and Batman from the 2022 movie specifically. Notes, they are in love, because I say so. This is from chapter 1.
Nice.
Bruce got up and entered into the back of the asylum. It was surprisingly quiet near the visiting cell. That being said, once he entered the cell, it normally wasn't. Ed could be talkative, and it would always be about almost nothing. What his new favorite food was, or whatever drama was going on within the asylum. Bruce rarely found it annoying, though. He saw fucked up shit when he worked. His nights were filled with violence and crime, so it was refreshing to hear Ed talk about how he thought someone was secretly stealing his Jell-O cups. The guard leading him led him down a different hall this time. Bruce reluctantly followed, not asking questions. He was led into a different room this time. Instead of the familiar glass screen between them, it appeared to be more of an investigation-style room. Ed sat in a table at a chair, his binded hands laid in his lap. He looked up at Batman, giving him one of his big smiles. The door closed behind Bruce. He inspected the room, moving to rest his arm on the chair across from Ed. "Hi, Batman," Ed said excitingly, swinging his feet. "Like the new room?" "Yeah." Batman's eyes finally met Ed's. "How'd you pull this off?" The Riddler giggled. "Well, I've been really good here while I was here, so I asked if this could be my treat." "You wanted a new visiting room?" Batman asked questionably. "Yeah, well, I felt like I couldn't hear your voice too well throughout that thick glass." Batman curiously looked back to the camera in the corner. He didn't know this room well enough yet, but he was pretty sure the cameras in here were supposed to be blinking. "Oh, you noticed I cut the cameras in here too," Ed smiled, very observant, as always. "Why did you do that?" Batman glanced back at Ed. "What, cut the cameras?" "Well, I really just wanted some privacy. What if I wanted to tell you something personal?" End scene.
Damn. Okay.
So, if apparently this has the hashtag riddlebat, so if that is your thing, apparently Archive of Your Own is the place to go for that.
Yeah. Godspeed.
That is your home for that kind of content. Thank you to India Peach for making me read less embarrassing words this time.
Yes. It's very much appreciated.
As always, we provided you a great selection of television this week.
Yeah.
Including our bonus Jonas, so enjoy that.
Ooh, yes.
If you're a patron. And if you're not, why not?
Yeah. It's fun.
It's a great time. It's a new month. You get lots of content. You still have a ton of time to get your library book and to tell a friend, catch up on chapters.
Hell yeah.
Those are all the other announcements I have. Otherwise, as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
Get bit.
and get whipped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.